Alright, it's time for something, some kind of, unplanned. So, when I said at the end of the Uncharted video I had something planned, this was not it. Countless wars and untold environmental destruction. The planet plunged into an ice age. Humanity was left with no choice but to migrate en masse underground. So the original plan was going to be Metroid Prime. That wasn't going to happen. When the Ice Age finally came to an end, humans began developing while they were living underground to one day restore their planet to the lush green landscape it once was. During this time, a large, mysterious comet fell to the Earth. However, the progress of restoring their lost ecosystem was coming along well, and humanity was eventually able to live on the surface again. So, okay, so if you haven't guessed, this is Blaster Master Zero, remake of Blaster Master from the NES. From the small research I've done, and by that watching a Let's Play and looking at the Wikipedia page, this is adapting, this is trying to make a better story out of the original series of Blaster Master, and also a tie-in book, novel. So, yep. Anyway, this is our main protagonist, not the frog, but the human that we saw in the screenshot beforehand, Jason. And that's his frog, Fred. I ain't going to judge his name choice, but one day, Fred decided to go into the Gateway of Darkness, and now it's a Kingdom Hearts crossover. Honestly, it wouldn't be that out of place for Kingdom Hearts. I'm not talking about Blaster Master, I'm just talking about this random crossover. And he found a tank. So, my guess is the frog transformed into the tank when it went through the portal. Jason was unaffected because, I don't know, species is... So, little did he know the strange phenomena were only just getting started. Welcome to Blaster Master Zero on Steam, if you couldn't guess by the version Steam 20200269629. My apologies. Anyway. Let's see. Options. Just making sure everything's good. Resolution is ×3. I can't really get anything better. It's not filling up the entire screen. VSync is on. Here are the gamepad controls. I'm using a PS4 controller, but it will not read it as a PS4 controller, just as kind of like a generic 360 controller or Xbox One. So we got jump is done with, in my case, the X button. Shoot is the square button. Sub weapon is the circle button. Enter tank is the triangle button. Switch weapons is L1. Change angle is R1, and wall ride is L2 and R2. Oop. Yeah, I don't care which one it's on. Yeah, I can customize it, but I find this control setup works nicely enough. Let's see what you keyboard players have to deal with. WASD, jump, shoot, sub weapon, enter tank. Oh, y'all got y'all got a lot more. Alright, fine. Anyway, so let's get started. Blaster Master Zero gives you 27 save slots for some reason. So we're going to do file 2. File 1 was my game, and I really don't feel like deleting that file. Let's go in the Sophia 3. Sophia 3. Is this one of those underground forest areas they made during the last ice age? Hundreds of years have passed, but the ecosystem is alive and well. It would seem that the preservation system is still functioning somehow. Better still keep my guard up. Never know what could still be here. So anyway, we're in Sophia 3. I hear it being called Sophia the Third or whatnot, but I'll probably interchange between some of them. Control-wise, Sophia has a bit of momentum. It doesn't come to a stop immediately, so you do have to adjust that. You can only fire a certain amount of shots at a time. Only a certain amount of bullets can be on the screen. I think it's usually 3. Anyway, those little green things are your health. There are going to be blue variants of them, which are your weapon energy, like that. You have sub-weapons. Right now we have a triple missile. Ow. And be very careful. You do not have a lot of invincibility frames. Fred's signal was definitely being transmitted from the forest area. Receiver was being displayed on the monitor. I guess I'm pretty lucky that Sophia has a functionality like this. With the receiver, I'm able to get a general idea of where Fred is. I can't help but wonder how Sophia can track his signal, though. Then again, I don't really know how anything in this machine works yet. So, yeah, we have a receiver, which we want on. And I think that's what pops up in the top right there. Anyway, these things are your save points. You die, you come back to them with full health and weapon energy. So, don't worry too much. I've not actually played the original game. By the way, you can hop out as Jason here. He's got a little gun of his own. Funny enough, the gun is also the key to the tank. So, this is the, I guess, modern version of Kingdom Hearts. Jason can duck, Jason can crawl, Jason can jump, but don't jump higher than, don't fall higher than, like, I want to say 3 squares, because if you do, you take damage. I think higher than that will cause you to die. From what I understand of the original, you had a live system in there, but also, hello, we've got ourselves a little crawling section. So this game has 2 different types of playstyles. It has the side-scrolling tank sections and these top-down adventure sections, which I really like. I really like the idea of a game having multiple playstyles like that. Anyway, those pink capsules I've collected are basically weapon upgrades. Weapon upgrades. Oop. Okay, I was going to get to that in a sec, but I guess now I have to talk about it. Weapon upgrades. You start off with the blaster, which is a short-range weapon. Really not that great. It's good for the start, I guess, but that's it. Then you get long range. Think of the original Metroid, where Samus had to get the long beam, where her beam could shoot across the entire screen. Anyway, so now that I've talked about that, you also have to be careful. Think cave story in this, in that you take when you take damage, your gun level decreases. However, unlike in Cave Story, you're not constantly collecting, like, experience. Also, we got a map. Map shows you the layout of... When you collect the map, you get the layout of all the dungeons in an area, as well as the area itself. So, that's nice. So yeah, I've heard that the original Blaster Master for the NES was really tough and unforgiving, where it had a live system and limited continues, from what I've heard. So I'm really glad we got these versions. Alright, Jason, time to go back to the tank. Alrighty. So in terms of the tank, you can shoot in, let's see, like 5 directions. Forward and back, tilted forward and back, and then straight up. You can't shoot straight down or even angled down. I've not played Blaster Master 02, so I don't know if they changed anything. I have a feeling not, no. And also then there's Blaster Master 3, which is coming out soon, which I'm actually excited for. I'm probably going to be getting Blaster Master 02 soon. And I'm honestly thinking about doing a blind LP of that. Because that would be interesting. Though if it's anything like this, it would be also very infuriating. Anyway, so we have a couple of ways we can go. Also, here's the map. This is what the area looks like. So here's basically the legend or whatever. You got your dungeons, your control rooms, retry points, which are those save points, area portals, which we don't have here, warp points, which we also don't have, exit, which is only for the dungeons, I believe, and boss, which is those blinking red icons over some of the dungeons. Then you have your Sophia, you have this thing called the life up, and you have item. But you can only get all this info with the map, so be sure to collect the map. Underwater, Sophia can't really do much. Sophia can jump, shoot, and that's about it. Nowhere near as good as it is on land. Thankfully, Jason can swim. He's not one of the ones who forgot to take swimming classes when he was young. But out on the side-scrolling view, Jason is pretty limited. So, do be careful. We're going to ignore that little side path there. Instead, we're going to be going down this way, because this is the way we actually have to go. And that side path is really just for that health up. Also, that treasure chest thing I got was basically your sub-weapon ammo. Your sub-weapon does have an ammo count from what I hear. Oh crap. And now all I have is the piddly little gun. But from what I heard, your sub-weapons in the original Blaster Master had unlimited ammo. But I think they weren't as effective. I don't remember. Ah, come on. So yeah, get used to that. Also, get used to clearing out rooms. I think I'm doing this room out of order normally. Yeah, I definitely think I am. Oh well, we're here now, so. And yes, I'm probably going to clear out the entire room. Hoping for some weapon drops. I was told that weapon drops are more common in this game. Definitely not really feeling like it. Shoot and then attack. Yeah, no, not getting a single thing. Oi. The great omen to start this LP, huh? So, fun little fact, I actually just beat this game yesterday at the time of this recording. Same day I finished the Uncharted LP. And by finished it, I mean finished recording it. Okay, it's clear I'm not going to get anything from the rock, so let's just go. Also, when you see these rooms, get ready for a boss fight. Well, at least I have my long shot back. But that's all I've got. And then we've got these guys. This is like called the Lair of the Thousand Bios or something like that. I want that. These guys seem to be getting stunned by the long range shot, which is good because I'd be kind of SOL right now if that weren't the case. Typically, for this boss, just stay away from the center. You should be fine. Oop. Get away from me. Okay, more. Man, these guys really aren't dropping any weapons. Oh, come on. Wow, this is really bad. Most, if not all these either sub-bosses or bosses usually have a weakness. Oh crap, I walked over some spikes. I don't remember these guys' weaknesses though. And also, they do get stunned, but not for long. And also, they have like a recharge time for getting stunned. Looks like this chip can restore one of Sophia's functions. The data analyzed by that chip is being displayed inside my helmet. I get the feeling that there are more chips like this out there. It makes me wonder just who in the world made all of this tech. Man, I'd love to dig into all this, but I gotta focus on finding Fred. I think the frog's okay. Just a hunch. Oh, nope, I didn't want to go back in. You know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to try and, like, grind out some of the items. Fire. At least got one. It'll do for now. Alright, let's get going. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about losing your weapon count in the side view. Also, thinking on this a little more, I realized I have not credited how I got into Blaster Master. Thank you, Proton John. He's currently doing a Let's Play at the time of this recording. Hell, that Let's Play will still be going. He's got a little bit more to go. As someone who just beat the game, I know this. Oh, come on. But, yeah, no, from watching his Let's Play of this game, I actually made me really want to play this game for myself. So I got it, and so if you're thinking about getting this game, I don't know how graphics intensive this game is. Let's see. I'm just checking. Okay. I don't think it would be too difficult to run on older computers, because it's not really doing too much except for one thing later on. Did I go in here? I've already forgotten. If the map's filled out, then yes. No, I've not gone in here. Yep. I've already, no! I've already gone out of order. Oh, come on. Anyway, so, little trick. R, can be used to strafe. So you can move without changing direction. So if there's an enemy that's in a certain spot, you can just hold your position doing that. Oh, great. I've lost more weapons already. I find in that this game, it's really difficult to aim diagonally, like just like that. Maybe it's just my controller. Like I said, I'm using a PS4 controller here. Alright, set the angle. Here we go. I want one. And some health. That's not bad. Alright. That little cluster of rocks there usually, or actually it's always a guarantee cache of weapons. Just be a little careful. There we go. Alright, so now we've got some new weapons. So we've got the long range. We've also got, it'd be easier to just show you. We've got the Penetrator, which goes through walls. Nothing really much else. You can only fire about 2 shots with this thing. Have 2 shots be on screen. But then again, it passes through like everything, so you can really only have 2 shots at a time. You've got the Diffusion, which is basically a shotgun. And you've got Auto, which is rapid fire. But the longer you hold it down, the more spread out the shots will get. So yeah. Alright. This will be a little helpful. Alright. I'm actually going to stick with this one. Because yeah, you can just kind of like mow down through the rocks and whatnot. But you'll a lot of the times when you're playing this game, you'll find a lot of these these dungeons that don't have a boss in them. These are basically just there to get you kind of like restocked on items, as if you can hold on to them. Alright, so let's get going. Alright, let's head for the next dungeon. Which will... There's one in the square next to us. The square doesn't really... It's kind of hard to say what is... how big a square actually is. I want that. Ow. Mine. If I'm right, I think that dungeon is actually up there. Actually, I am right. Don't know why I'm pretending on that. I know that it's up there. What was down there? Nothing. Oh, actually, no. It's how we get to another dungeon. Well, looks like we're going there now. So yeah, like I said, the Sophia can't really traverse water that well, at least for now. Yeah, and dealing with enemies low to the ground is kind of Sophia's weakness right now. It'll take care of most threats that you come across, but anything that's low to the ground will kind of get on your nerves a bit. Until later. We'll be getting a sub weapon for the Sophia later on that'll make ground threats a joke. Alright, let's swim up here and let's go to our next dungeon. Let's see. Yeah, so with the Penetrator, you can easily just get through enemies by, attacking them from the other side of a wall. Alright, what are we looking at in this one? A big room, followed by a little hallway, and then the boss. Alright. I'm game. Alright, I'm actually going to stick with the diffusion for a bit because of its spread. It has a bit of a slower rate of fire than the other weapons. But it's good. And it also just doesn't go out that far, like a shotgun. Unless you're playing something like, from what I hear, Mass Effect, in which case you can make a shotgun a sniper rifle, as well as a grenade launcher, but that's what I've been told. Way to go. And that weapon, that enemy, just decided to go to the next dimension. Whoa, okay. Play a little more cautiously here. Alright, you see cracks in the wall like this? Use your bombs. Fire. And that was a big sub-weapon weapon drop. So now we've got new sub-weapons. We've got the Reflector, which is basically a shield. So it'll reflect a lot of attacks if it comes into contact. And it has this thing called the perfect counter, where if you shield at just the right time, it'll send a very damaging attack back at them. We've got a weapon called the Striker, which you can only have one shot on active at any time, but if it hits any enemies, if there's like a group of them, it's going to hit all of them. It's a chain attack. And then the Flame, which is a flamethrower. It kind of sweeps left and right, but it is very good, and it also leaves enemy with burn damage. Alright, these guys. Shotgun. Want to take them out carefully. Don't want to lose more of my weapons, especially when I'm so close to the next one. But what could it be? Alrighty. I'm betting that either in this field of rocks or in the room before the boss. There we go. Got our Lasso Weapon, which is the Wave. It's the most powerful weapon in the game. You see how it spirals like that? And you see when those shots come together? That's when it's at its most strongest. And you can rapid fire the thing. Seriously, this thing is the best weapon in the game by far. And it can also go through walls. Oh, and remember those heads from the other place? Yeah, they're already regular enemies now. So if you can button mash a good bit, this weapon is for you. Alright, here we go. Yep. Look at all that good stuff. He was right. They really do look like Pokeballs. Alright. Oh. This is awkward. This is actually the end of the area boss. I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to do this until later, but okay. What the hell is that? Some giant mutant? Damn it. I guess I gotta do this. Say hello to the Force Destroyer. Mother Brain. So, Mother Brain is more of a plant monster. It'll suck up the nutrients in the area and send out some spores. It's weak to fire. Who would have guessed? Oh crap, and I just lost flame. That Striker's not too bad. There we go. And now it's dead. So yeah, we've already lost the wave gun, so it's going to be a little bit before we can get that back. Oh, hello. The Hypershot. This powers up Sophia's main weapon. You can now defeat some enemies that you previously couldn't. And thankfully, they just teleport you out of the dungeon when you're done. I heard in the original they don't do that. Sounds mean. Alright. Looks like Fred's signal isn't coming from the forest area anymore. Let's see. Looks like it's coming from some kind of residential area. That is actually pretty close by. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Alright, let's get the murder on the road. You heard him, guys. So yeah, yeah, I accidentally did the area boss before I finished up the area. Oops. But don't worry, we'll still be finishing up the area. This is going to be a best ending run. The reason for the hesitation there is because I just remembered how annoying the last area was on my first playthrough yesterday. I didn't beat the whole game yesterday, but I beat the game yesterday, but I didn't start and finish it yesterday, let's say that. So, fun fact, the Steam version actually has a little bit going for it over the PS4 and Switch version and 3DS version, because this game was on pretty much all the major systems except for Wii U and Xbox. It has a Wii U version, it has a Switch version, 3DS, PS4, and Steam version. Ow. Alright, you gotta die. There we go. Give me back my health. And the Steam version comes with some DLC added on. And I know I'm a little bit late talking about this, but notice how our shot is a lot bigger now. That is the Hypershot, so it allows us to take care of those things that we couldn't before, which is really nice. I want that. I can't have it. I can have that. Alright, then there's this item. It's a spinning disc. It's a life up. Increases Jason and Sophia's life by 1. So now, if I remember right, I think, yeah, 8 units of health Jason and Sophia start at. And now it has been extended to 9. Anyway, here's the dungeon that we should have done before the area boss. Also, fun fact, Striker goes through the wall. And there you can see just how good Striker is. You see the lightning that goes off the screen? Yeah, that's it attacking another enemy. This weapon is so good, but like I said, you can only have about 1 shot of it active at any time. Now we got the wave back. Really, you can just go through most of the game just kind of like constantly firing shots, and also we're already at the dungeon boss. Crazy, huh? Alright. Welcome to Drop Trappers. Drop Trappers are basically the daddy versions of those enemies that we've been fighting, the ones that look like capsules. So their weakness is actually the diffusion gun. They also get stunned by it. They also leave bombs, which can drop weapon energy too. Or, yeah, I'm just going to call it weapon energy. So here's how it goes. Green usually goes vertical, orange usually goes horizontal, And purple always goes to the center and blows up all the mines that green and orange left behind. So yeah, you can get about 2 shots on green and orange with the diffusion. With purple, you get about 3, 4. Yeah, usually orange or green are one of the last that I have to destroy. But there you go. Also, Wave makes it also a joke, but Wave makes a lot of things a joke. I mean, you got the ignition bomb, a sub-weapon that sets a bomb that can be triggered by pressing the sub-weapon button again. It's basically a landmine that you can set off at any time. Looks like this chip lets me use a new sub-weapon. Gotta figure out how to read my surroundings and use the best weapons for the situation at hand. That will do, Jason. Alright. So, yeah. Also, I should have mentioned earlier, the Thunder Weapon is a different sub-weapon for Sophia, and it lets you handle threats from below. Each sub-weapon uses 1 sub-weapon point. So yeah, there's that. But it's not bad. The blue, like I said, those blue little capsule things will restore sub-weapon energy, and naturally the sub-weapon gauge will replenish over time. So it's not really all that big a deal. Alright, so now with the Hypershot, we can get through here, and now we can head through that door. Also, don't worry about map completion. This game doesn't require you to complete the map. It does require you, however, to get the map if you want the best ending. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And now, on our way to Area 2. So this is the residential area. This place sure has seen better days. Looks like there's mutants here. Gotta make my way through carefully. Signal source is displayed on my monitor. Let's see where it leads. So unfortunately, the map does not carry over to areas, but all your sub-weapons and weapons do, so that's fine, I guess. So actually, I want to call it for this first part. I don't know how I'm going to cut this up yet. Of Blaster Master 0. Next time, we'll be going through the residential area, hopefully finding Fred. Probably not, though. I'm only guessing. You know, as someone who's... whatever. I'll see you guys next time.